So we made it to our land, and the weather forced our hand on the issue. We were going to try to delay getting a shelter for our trailer and things, but it was raining when we got here, downpouring. It was downpouring for the last 2 days, and the situation with our trailers, we've done a lot of work on it, but there's always that concern that it's not completely watertight. We know there's some issues with water tightness, so we've done the best we can to make sure it's safe, but we'd rather just get it protected. The other problem that we have is security, because here we are pretty much with bare land, and it's become obvious by the fun people who we ran off our land yesterday that people find this place to be a good playground. So we need some security too. This isn't going to particularly provide a lot of that, but it will provide some. So we talked about it in length about building a pole barn, doing something fairly sturdy like that. The problem is time is of the essence. We don't have a month to try to get this figured out. We have days or even hours. It just so happens that today is sunny, but we've learned already that the weather can change really quickly. In fact, all around us, the clouds are pretty heavy. So we talked about it, and in order to not have any issues with building codes or anything, which we don't have time to research because it's a holiday weekend, we can't get to the building department, we don't have time for all this stuff. So kind of against our gut, we sort of talked about it. We said if we just get a good shelter, it's a good investment. It'll cost us a few $100s. And if we don't need it long term, we can end up maybe selling it or reselling it to another party. So versus spending all the time and money on materials, maybe taking a week to build a small structure to protect our trailer and other things, we decided to go this route. It'll be a good temporary solution. It seems sturdy. We've done some measurements and it'll fit our RV just fine. So we went ahead and purchased this ShelterLogic garage in a box from Home Depot, which again wasn't our best option, but we got here late last night, and at 9 o'clock at night, they're the only people that are open, and it's a holiday weekend, so nobody's open. I mean, there's a fantastic lesson in there. Don't move on a holiday weekend, right? Don't move on a weekend, period. Anyway, so we purchased this. It's an all steel frame. It's got a heavy poly vinyl covering, and we're gonna go ahead and erect it here on the property just as a temporary shelter. I mean, temporary could be a couple, 3 months before we have something else put together. And so we're gonna go ahead and build this right here, and we may attach some other secure storage to it or something to put our other valuables in, just to keep them protected from other people. So this is the 13 by 20 by 12 ShelterLogic, and it's 13 feet wide at the base. It's 12 feet high. That's at the pitch of the roof, right at the peak of the roof. And then it's 20 feet long. We do have a small issue right here where the truss starts to angle in, is not quite wide enough. So what we're going to end up doing is we're going to end up anchoring this shelter to 5-gallon buckets filled with Quikrete. Not today, but in the very near future. And what that'll do is it'll add about 18 inches of height to the shelter overall, which will move this bend in the truss up another 18 inches, which will be perfect. And then we can actually put a aluminum or a metal siding around the buckets because we're going to use a wooden plate. So that'll provide some nice security there. We can put a kitty cat door in so the kitty cats can get in and out. We're also probably going to leave the front and rear covers off of this, so it's going to end up being a pull-through. So we can just pull our trailer in and then pull it right back out. Because we're going to end up dumping our tanks on a fairly regular basis, maybe as often as once a week. So we want something that's really convenient for us to use that way. So that's why we picked this guy up. It's freaking heavy, as you notice. It's probably upwards of 300 pounds. It took 3 guys to get it in the Subaru last night. The good news is it's big enough, or small enough, it'll fit in our Subaru there. Poor Subaru will haul it just fine. That's become our other work truck. So we'll do a little bit of an unboxing here. We've got the help of Bugaboo. He's currently in the box. He's not included. He didn't come with the shelter. He came with the homestead. Huh. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right. So again, this has a pretty heavy vinyl cover on it, which I'm sure we'll probably put that on last. And it seems to come in sections, and it's supposed to include ratchet straps so that we can ratchet down the cover, which is a problem we saw with a lot of the really inexpensive shelters. Is if you see them around, the top just looks like a rag. Like a good windstorm will just rip it to shreds. So hopefully this one's got a good sturdy strapping system and it'll hold up to a good breeze. So we'll set this to the side and then we'll start sorting out all the metal parts. Looks like it includes a fairly exhaustive set of instructions here. Looks like they have a lot of different models that are available too, so this must be a review of some of the other models. Oh yeah, okay, so on the box it talks about some of their special little anchoring systems that they create. I don't know that we're going to end up using those because we're going to anchor this to 5-gallon buckets full of Quikrete, which when we're all said and done should weigh several hundred pounds. So we'll see what we come up with when we unbox this and what it looks like. Looks like we bought the gray model. Apparently there's also a brown model. And let's start going through the instructions and sorting out some of these parts and pieces. So. Alright, well, we survived putting up the garage in a box. Well, I'll just say that. Didn't go perfect, but we got it up, protecting the RV, so that's good. The RV fits, that's also really good. All pretty good. Pretty sturdy. I would definitely say it's not a garage in a box. Let's not oversell it, come on now. But, you know, it'll keep the RV dry, so that's all good. There's a few parts missing, so we're going to have to go back to Home Depot or wherever and figure out what the heck they did wrong. I mean, the numbers are all there, but the pieces don't match. So, but overall, I mean, if you need to keep your RV dry or your truck or maybe yard tools or whatever, it's definitely a sturdy piece. I would definitely say compared to some of the ones I see on the side of the road, this one seems like it's a little more durable. Definitely have a socket wrench handy, and you'll be good to go. It took us, I would say, probably 2.5 hours or so. That took 2 people 2.5 hours to put up, minus figuring out why some parts were missing. And I was on the phone with my dad for a little while, so that didn't help. Other than that, it fits. It seems like at the bottom of the trusses, you're probably looking at maybe 10 feet at the truss bracing. So you can tell it's a pretty windy day, and it's holding up to the wind. We actually had to put the cover on pretty quickly because the wind was whipping up, and we didn't want to lose the top cover. So anyway, definitely a good piece. I think we paid $4.99 for this at Home Depot. Got us around having to deal with building codes for now. Got our RV dry. We got it up in a good afternoon between lunch and dinner. All that's good. It's actually pretty movable. 2 people can actually get in the middle and lift it and actually move it. I'm not saying you can move it on a windy day, but so other than that, definitely recommend it. It's going to help us out. So if you need something, look for something